Oh, yeah. If you're new to it, if you're new to the program, that is St. Ricketts. Great local band here in Philadelphia with their song With Fire Cannot Burn. www.saintricketts.com. The guys, Eric, Kenny, John, Anthony, and who did I have? Oh, Tom. Holy shit. I'm sloppy. I'm nervous tonight. Got a lot of views. Anyway, St. Ricketts. Check them out. Great local Philly band. www.saintricketts.com. It is our theme song to Tuesday nights. Live. 100% live on the Yo Show.
Yo.
Yo. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Nervous as shit. Thank you, Scotty Scott. Thanks for being here, dude. Greatly appreciate it. My wife in the house, best opening song ever, Cassie Perini, I agree. My main man, Nachus, in the house, what's up? We got beer tonight, Nachus, no more tea. Nikki is the reason I have a 3 Schecter Avenger. Schecter. I'm so nervous, dude. Including a 7-string, I feel you. Saludos desde Peru. Thank you very much. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. So this is the Yo Show. A lot of people are already tuning in, and I know why. But if you're new to us, we do this every Tuesday night. I'm Jeff the Shark Perini. With me, as always, she is the gorgeous co-hostess with the mostest. She is my sister from another mister and just the goddamn coolest and most beautiful woman in all podcasting, webcasting, broadcasting, simulcasting, the whole 9 yards, ladies and gentlemen. Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
Sheesh. Good evening, Jeff. How are we doing tonight?
Pumped. Super stoked. I couldn't be more excited in a million years. My man Jimmy Prank, greeting from Detroit Rock City. A great song, as well as a great city for rock and roll music. Jewel, tonight on the program, many emails were sent. Many prayers were asked and hoped. And tonight it does happen. We have a sensational superstar guest tonight. I have been talking to this great lady a lot. My man, Yo. Well, thanks for sending the Yo, Scott. Appreciate it, man. Our guest tonight, she is amazing. She's an incredible guitarist with the Iron Maidens. She's got solo stuff coming out, and she absolutely kills it on guitar. One of the baddest chicks in all of rock music tonight, Jewel. I can't even say it. Nikki Stringfield is our very special guest tonight at 8:30. Holy shit. And she's like, it's not 8? I'm like, no, 8:30. We got to hype you up. We got to love you and adore you first before you come on. And we got to get all your fans to come on and anticipate your arrival while we do our little thing. So what it is, we are I know a lot of you are new, so as I said, we are a weekly webcast. And we're variety talk. We focus on entertainment. We don't do silly stuff. We don't do hard hitting and all that. We're here to entertain and have great guests. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. We don't do like...
silly.
Right, exactly. We're definitely great at being silly. We curse, we drink beers, we have awesome guests. Nikki, definitely one of them. Jewel Tatey, tell me about your excitement and anticipation tonight for this rock superstar.
I know. The build-up is real. It's happening. I can't believe it's here so soon. I'm so excited to talk to Nikki. Like, she just seems like the coolest chick on top of being an absolute badass, like you said. So, super excited. I think tonight is going to be a great night.
I absolutely agree. My man, Del Nickel, greetings from Phoenix. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in. I know it's only about 5 o'clock there in Phoenix, a little after 8 here, and we just celebrated 200 episodes. We've been doing it right, folks. We have great guests on. We have a lot of fun. So if you're new to us, follow us, subscribe, like, watch us on Tuesday nights, man. It's always a great time. We share your comments, and I know we can't share all of them because sometimes Facebook sticks, so if you're commenting on Facebook and we don't get to you, keep trying, or go to YouTube, or whatever the heck it takes to get your comments on, because Nikki is so worth it. And Jewel, I'm just trying to little on my page and make sure I can watch and see who comes in, who we don't get to catch. Because like I said, not all the comments come in.
And yes, YouTube is easier. Twitch, we're also there. Twitch is very fun. I listened to the show last week on Twitch, and I very much enjoyed it.
Dude, I enjoy Twitch. Cassie watches it on Twitch. I really thank you for tuning in, too, because last week, as you know, I went solo like Han. We had a great show last week, though. We had an awesome guest. Comedian Christy Miller was our guest last week, and she was hilarious, outgoing, crazy. We were supposed to have Lorraine Lewis as well. Speaking of Nikki Stringfield, we were supposed to have Lorraine Lewis, but at the last minute, she got caught, filming a brand new TV show she's got coming on. So... that's awesome. And she said, dude, I apologize so sorry. Hit me with a link again. Let's do this again. So in the near future, we'll bring back Lorraine Lewis. I've been waiting for weeks, dude, since me and Nikki first linked up to this. I'm like, oh my God. And, such class, Jules. She reaches out to me and says, oh my God, I missed this email. I can't believe it. This sounds great. What do you have in mind? I gave her the details, and she's like, let's do it. And at first I passed out. I dropped the phone on the floor, and I passed out. I was laying dead in my living room for several minutes. And I woke up and gave her the details, and here we are.
I mean, maybe she saw the track record, because we have been, you especially, have gotten these great guests this year, and it really has been our year of female rock here on the Yo Show, and I couldn't be more excited. This whole year has been amazing, and big names doing some big things, so it's all thanks to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I've been very proud of it and very excited for it. Our man James Cox from When Words Fail Music Speaks, a big music fan himself, told him, dude, come on out tonight, check out Nikki, and maybe we'll link up Nikki to his show. He's got a great show. He's got great musical guests. We love music here on the program. I know we do actors, we do comedians, we do authors and all that, but we love music. Unfortunately, whoa! And there's Jewel making sure she's checking us out. And unfortunately, tonight we can't play any of Nikki's music because there's record companies involved. And as you know, they'll freeze us and shut us down. But you know where to find Nikki. And when she comes on at 8:30, probably Jewel, when she comes on at 8:30, it's going to go a little something like this. And I'm going to freeze. Just so you know.
Talking for the first 10 minutes.
Exactly. Right. I agree. Rocco Sanchez. Nikki does rock. I have been Nikki Stringfielding all week in my car on the way to work, rocking on the way home. Her stuff is great, man. She's so talented. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. It's so funny. Oh, and she said that sometimes even when she plays her songs on YouTube, she gets flagged for her own music. How funny is that? Like,
That's
she owns it,
dude.
And she still gets flagged. So
and I read the guidelines. Right, I read the guidelines, and they said even if this person is on a show of yours, representing their music, if you don't get the permission from the record company, you cannot play it. And I was like blown away by that. Like, okay,
YouTube and Facebook. Let's just not enjoy music, I guess.
Right. But there's plenty of places to find Nikki, and we'll talk about it when she comes on. We do a little thing that we call Top 5 Lists, and tonight we're going to do it in honor of Nikki Stringfield. Top 5 favorite female musicians / instruments, etc. So if it's a singer, an instrument, whatever it's got, this is our top 5. I always go first. Number 5 for me is Meg White. Now, I know Meg White from the White Stripes. People are like, she's not a great drummer. I adore Meg White, though, and I know she's disappeared into oblivion. I always love Meg White. I love the White Stripes, so Meg White at number 5. Number 4, another incredible percussionist, Sheila E. Oh. And a terrific drummer and a great artist. Love me some Sheila E. at number 4. Number 3, a terrific piano player, singer, and musician, Alicia Keys. At number 3, I love Alicia Keys. I'm sorry, Joe, I really do.
Okay.
Number 2, my second favorite rock and roll guitar goddess dream girl besides Nikki Stringfield, the one and only Nancy Wilson.
Aww.
I adore Nancy Wilson. Oh my goodness, I adore her. Number 1, and number 1 tonight had nothing to do with our guests. It had to do with the list and being true to the list. And of course, at number 1 is Nikki Stringfield.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, let's get real. Joel Tatey, your top 5, because I know you have a more diverse palette than I do. I'm expecting some exciting ones.
I know, but I feel like you have the top one. So why did I go last? Thanks for that. Number 5 is Sheila E. I have heard stories. My whole family went to see them when I was a little too young, but Sheila E. actually threw, I don't know if she threw it. She probably just gave it to my sister when she was little and went to see our concert. So Sheila E., yes, great drummer. I tried to make a band, but I also wanted to give a shout out to Karen Carpenter, because what an amazing drummer. And I had no idea until Questlove put up a video of Karen Carpenter jamming. Love her. Gone too soon. R.I.P. Number 4, our very own Jen Peg, the finest. She's a fantastic keyboardist. Her voice is insane. If you've never heard of Vita and the Wolf, please look them up. They're well worth a listen.
Absolutely.
Number 3, Shannon Shaw on the bass. See, I'm trying to form a family band.
That's pretty good. You got like a whole band going on, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
again, Shannon and the Clams, her voice is ridiculous and booming, and she's like Janis Joplin reincarnated. Insane.
Wow.
Number two. This is not in order, but whatever. I can't say her name. I'm probably going to butcher it, but Mari Samuelson on the violin. There was I'm a huge fan of Max Richter and everything he composes, and I adore classical, but especially on the shows that I watch. He did the score for The Leftovers, also Invasion, if you've seen it on Apple TV. But Mari is the main violinist, and I don't even know how she operates. She's not human. It's
It's
ridiculous.
awesome.
You haven't seen her, it's on YouTube. And number one, my favorite Norwegian gal, but Suzanne Sundford on the piano.
Yes.
Also, insane voice. Like, I fall in love with their voice and see what kind of instrumentalists they are. And Nikki Stringfield is the same thing. Her voice and her playing is just unmatched. So,
I have been
very excited
blown
for tonight.
away. I agree. I've been blown away. I've been a fan for many years, and again, like through social media, and you watch so much of her stuff. And I'm like, let's try. And I tell people, like, I'll talk to random friends. I'm like, I'm going to try and get this person on the show. And they look up their social media and they're like, that ain't going to happen. I'm like, hey, does it hurt to put out a feeler? And when Nikki said yes, I'm just, oh my goodness, forget about it. Let's go over this awesome top 5 list. Go back through mine. Number 5, Meg White from the White Stripes. Number 4, Sheila E. Number 3, Alicia Keys. Number 2, my previous guitar crush, Nancy Wilson. Number 1, my current guitar crush, Nikki Stringfield.
No Lita Ford.
Whoa, you did not. Good evening, Robert Wardancer. Thank you for tuning in. Nikki Stringfield expected at around 8:30. Jewel gave a special shout out to Karen Carpenter. She has a tie at top 5 between Sheila E. and Lita Ford. No, number 4
Yeah.
Number 4 is the amazing Jen Peg, Vita and the Wolf. We love her. If you're new to the show, you're not from the area, look up Vita and the Wolf. It's Wolf with 2 F's, I believe, right, Jewel? Jen Peg has moved out to California, an amazing artist. Check them out. Great band. Number 3, Shannon Shaw. Number 2, Mari Samuelson. I probably butchered it more than you thought you did. And number 1, of course, one of Jewel's all-star band members, Suzanne Sinford. Sindford. So it's Sinford. It's Lana Del Rey.
It's Lana's birthday. Happy birthday, Lana.
Happy birthday, Lana Del Rey. And I got to tell you, we have to make that a big shout out because she's like part of the show because we mentioned her. You know how Seinfeld had Superman in every episode? That's kind of like Lana Del Rey. She pops up.
She used to be my background. I like when I had my desk switched around. I have a pretty cool tapestry. It's like the Hollywood Forever Cemetery and her big
That's pretty cool.
tapestry. But yeah,
My
happy
backdrop
birthday, man.
is...
You know what I just found out today? I was actually, I don't know, giving a shout out. So I watched an interview that The Weeknd actually discovered her. He played her video when
Really?
she made her own little video for video games with her sister. He saw it, and then he sent it to Radio 1, BBC, and those are the only people she really does interviews with. BBC, also Ryan Seacrest, she works with his Fantasian, but he was critical in like starting her career. I had no idea, and I love The Weeknd. He's coming with Doja Cat to the Link, and I'm tempted to buy tickets.
Wow. I know the biggie is coming, of course, Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Joan Jett. That tour is coming, I believe, this weekend. I don't think I'm going to make it. I wanted to, and then...
Good shows.
Oh, this is a great list. Thank you, Scott. A lot of people don't do top 5. Scott did a top 5 for Nikki Stringfield, of course. Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox is outstanding, too. Great call. Lizzie Hale. I think that's supposed to be Ginger, who I love, and Taylor Momsen. Very cool. And a great list. I love... I think it's Ginger, you meant. Courtney Cox is excellent, too. I discovered her while looking through Nikki's stuff. There's a lot of great ones out there. And I tell you what, me and Jewel love to do, and as you've seen in past episodes, if you go to our network and watch some past, we have a lot of great female vocalists, singers, etc. Because I'm telling you, man, females are taking over the world of rock music.
Sure. Yeah. I'd rather listen to a female. Most of
I,
what I listen to is female fronted nowadays. It just is. I don't care. It's just what I'm in the mood for. They speak my life. They sing my life. That's what I
right,
love.
they do, and it's funny when they say that. Yeah, a lot of it's like real life experiences, and I'm telling you what, men, you got to learn something from the women. If you're scorned, if you're hurt, if somebody breaks your heart, if somebody just does you wrong, turn to a song. The women know how to do it.
Yeah. What are you angry?
J.D.
You get
Wolf in the
angry
house.
too.
I
JD
get
Wolf.
angry. J.D. Wolf in the house. Good evening, dude. Glad to have you aboard. Of course, one of the main dudes of the fan club for Sepsis and the Swarm. Was watching them last night, or a couple nights ago. Did an interview Sunday night. A local guy did an interview with them, and we're just going off. And they pretty much told us we have to find a way to get to the show in PA. A lot of pressure there. They added, there's like 6 bands.
Wow.
Right, and it's going to be super. We love Sepsis. Talk about female fronted, the amazing Melissa Wolf and Johnny Savant, Cam Loud, Mr. Goodbars. I forget. I'm forgetting somebody. My apologies ahead of time. But we love them, and there's so many great bands out there that are considered quote independent. They really aren't. Like they're rock stars. Like they put out the music and get it out there, and there's a lot of great ones. So we're here to celebrate.
Yes, and we were very happy to play their music as well.
And absolutely, we got to find a way to get some kind of rights, etc., to play music because we love it. We love our artists here. We love playing songs. Our fans love it. People get to learn, like St. Ricketts. Everybody says, "Yo, that's St. Ricketts, man. That's some kind of band." Oh, I know. Absolutely.
Yes, hardworking dudes. So, listen on Spotify. Listen on. I have Napster. Cool.
Napster. I got.
Just upgrade it. They have playlists now.
You know, it's bad when my grandmother says, I had a Napster at one time. No, she doesn't.
I just refuse to get an iPhone. I just do. I don't care.
Why?
I don't know. I'm stubborn. I still have CDs.
I had CDs. Are you able to play? I'm going to try that James play, because James said he plays 20 seconds of the song.
That's a good idea.
And I think they give you a few many seconds before they block you, but
might be 15.
I'll have to check into it. Not JD will find out
Hey,
next.
look at your shirt and look at my pen. They're both noodles.
Noodles. Mine says send nudes. No offense, Nikki. You don't have to send nudes. I just love you being here. Still think Napster was secretly funded by Metallica. You know, I don't deny that. Kyer Acoustic. I like that. Cool name. Look at my man rocking it.
I hate Metallica as a child just because of that. Because I was a 90s kid. I'm like, whatever, Metallica. I want my phone music.
Jordan, Scott's new to the program, but what a great dig. Is Napster still a thing? And does Lars know? That's outstanding.
I'm saying, it's my dig against Metallica, even though I listen to them still.
I like Metallica still. A lot of people hate Lars, but
yeah.
even bad publicity is.
I was listening to Volbeat earlier today. I'm like,
true.
Oh my god,
I like Volbeat. Yeah, even bad publicity is publicity, which is why one of these episodes I'm going to walk around in my underwear. That ought to bring the crowd.
You've done that. I think with Susie Corey. She
was
saw
it underwear?
Most of your legs.
Oh, that was yeah, and that was when oh my god, I forgot her name. Sherry Nelson told me I have the best legs in podcasting.
Oh yeah, so you kept showing them off.
Don't be denied. If you're new here, it's not true. They're not that great. You know what it was? I remember it. It was 4th of July, and I was wearing those red, white, and blue stretchy pants.
How the hell do you remember?
I don't know. I just remember my butt looked good in stretchy pants. They were my wife's stretchy pants. It was even more embarrassing, but they fit really nice.
Well then.
All right, I better start behaving. Nikki Stringfield at 8:30. I don't want her to come on and be like, this guy blows.
Back.
The girl's good, but the guy blows. Awkward. Extremely awkward. That's how we do it here. We do get awkward moments here.
And we let it get awkward. Oh, it gets better.
Oh, it gets awkward. We do a Wednesday night program, kind of a spin-off called Yo 2.0, a little bit of a different direction. And sometimes our good friend Angela Marie comes in, and she's obsessed with having me get my ass waxed on the show sometime. That's awkward.
Still waiting for Jeff to get his tattoo live on air. His very first tattoo.
I know. I want somebody to tattoo me on the air. I want to pole dance on the air. There's so many things to do. Jewel raising her hand. You, Miss Tatey.
I'll volunteer to tattoo you.
Yeah, I'm down. I am so down. I don't know what to get a tattoo of, but
Cassie's name.
yeah. Anyway, some of the Yo show on it. Nah, I get
Yeah.
Cassie's name.
Yeah,
She's
that's.
she's a trooper.
I would never do that. I would get my child's name. That's what I got.
There you go. I'm getting more and more nervous as it gets closer.
Henry and Hannah.
Yeah, a little picture of Henry and Hannah. I actually took this great picture of Hannah the other day. Got to see if I can find it. This is what we do here in between when the guest comes on. Nikki's like, oh, why 8:30? I'm like, oh, we do like a half hour of show, which I'm thinking to myself is a horrible idea. It's just right to Nikki tonight. Look at that little picture, little face.
Oh.
It's like all face. She's upstairs tonight because I can't trust them not to bark.
You know, me and Nikki have some animal similarities, so I'm very excited to talk to her about her animals.
JD said, just breathe. Unique,
Right? I'm
New
so
York.
nervous.
I'm very nervous. This is a big superstar. Like we had Steve Howie from Shameless, who's huge, but keep in mind we didn't do video back then. It was audio.
Yeah.
So
and we were so nervous.
and we were so nervous. And then we had Brianna Dale. And if you don't know much about Brianna Dale, she's a big Instagram girl, huge on Instagram. And she garnered us like over 10,000 views. And we got so nervous that we drank and we did shots. And one of us even smoked a little bit before we came on.
And it lasted 3 hours. That interview was 3 hours long.
She got on like 1 minute after 8. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, Nikki's puppy Rolo. How cute.
So cute.
Oh, we love it.
And I think she has a cat named Luna.
We're animal lovers here. We are music lovers. We love artist entertainment. And like I said, we don't do like the hard hitting stuff. We don't do like our politics and that kind of stuff. There's shows for that. We're here to have fun. We talk about backdrops. Mine, of course, are Funko Pops. Ron Russell from the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, which is one of the biggest podcasts in the entire world, millions of views, told me he hates my Funko Pops. That was a classic moment in the history of our program.
This is Luna, too. We both have cats named Luna. How sweet.
That is adorable. They're about 6 minutes away, and
I'm impressed by your Funko Pops, just saying. I wish, all mine are... Oh, I have to show you. I broke my Wonder Woman stand. Her little stand broke. And she doesn't stand up anymore. So
that's what you get
why
for
don't
taking him
take
out of the box. That's why you don't take him out of the box. Oh, my man Scott, dude, I love you, bro. I don't even know you, but I hope you tune in more often. He's got a nice big bowl loaded for the Yo Show. Smoke it up, bud. It gets worse. He's like, God, this is killing me. I need something. All right, that guy's kind of funny. Thanks.
I would
I love
never
it.
dream of doing that and then go to my show.
I did it once. I did it.
Too nervous. Way too nervous. Like, I
That
would just immediately-
Brianna Dale night, and I got to be honest, if you go to YouTube and find the Yo Show on YouTube, episode 99, the audio is terrible, but it's us and Brianna Dale, and I am a shitstorm. And feel free to comment on there, you're a shitstorm. Put it this way, the 30th person to go to YouTube, watch that video and comment you're a shitstorm will win a prize, courtesy of the Yo Show. The 30th person.
I think we have a bunch of emojis going. Let's have a little emoji game.
Dude, thank you very much. If my streams aren't fun, then there's a problem. Have to have fun. I agree. And so many people come on and they stream and talk about like angry stuff, and I'm like, why? Have fun, dude. Like
we
this is
we disagree on everything. But do we fight on air? Never.
no. Do we fight at 10:01? Yes.
That should be the emoji of the night.
I like that emoji of the night. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that, dude. We're just, like I said, we're out here to have fun. And you'll find some great guests, discover some new music, realize that I'm a pain in the ass and Jules awesome. That's the kind of stuff you realize here. JD, that one's got like a laughter and a thinking on it. That dude's like really all over the place. All right, so I'm going to do what I normally do around this time. Check social media and make sure there's no messages saying I can't get on or I won't get on or my cat ran away. Just so far, so good. All right.
Say that.
I don't know, dude. I just got to make sure. You just never know. I get so nervous.
Ran away. You just say something like fire, like Lita Ford.
Fire. Oh, that's much better. No, that's what happened to Lita Ford, apparently.
So there's fire.
Apparently, like, her the person that arranged to have her on said, "Oh yeah, she's currently stuck at the California wildfires and won't be on." I'm like, "What? What the hell does that mean?" 3 minutes. Thanks for reminding me. 3 minutes, or as my wife likes to say,
Well,
3 minutes, or as my wife likes to say, fun time. But yeah, no. Well, she said last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
oh God.
She's like, you know how hard it is to watch your show and hear you talk about your balls and sex and other people, women. And I'm like, she's like, you kind of embarrass me. And that's a good thing. If you can embarrass your wife, that means you're doing something right, right?
Not good.
It's that.
Down to
Didn't you watch the Howard Stern movie?
yes,
That's what it's
I
all
did, and
about.
that's immediately what I thought of. Hey.
And the wife says, "Oh, it's all just an act. This is not an act. This is me.
You
I
have
like
to
singing.
clean up your act. That's what you have to do.
I do have to clean up my. I mean, a grown married man with a send nude shirt. It's Hollywood, exactly. I mean, we're from Philadelphia, but it's kind of Hollywood. James, you know what I'm talking about. Me and James and some of the other dudes went on a couple years ago to Indie Pot and ate hot peppers. I spit into a cup and I did a shot of my own spit mixed with tequila. Come on, man. There's no shame. Anything for entertainment. If you laugh at it and you like it, I'm doing something right. My own mother, God rest her soul, when this first came out, said, I can't listen to you. I'm so offended.
You know, and then I know Jeff's trustworthy because before we come on live, I'm like doing things that I would never do on air. I'm like, this is how I know you're my friend because I'm just singing and doing other things.
I'm going to lay it out there.
My friend, don't you dare.
I'm going to lay it out there.
No.
Okay.
No.
I won't do it, but
Just for my friends.
When I say sister from another mister, I mean it. We're like brother-sister. It's a great team.
Yes.
And Jewel was singing rather loudly and doing other fun things. I'm like, Jewel! She's like, come on. If I can't do it to you, she's like, that's why we're friends.
That's not what happened.
Us PA people talk funny. We absolutely talk funny. There's no doubt about that.
I know.
You do drink a lot of milk, dude. That was one of the greatest moments ever. I got to find that video and maybe play it on the show one time. Hosted your stream, going to lurk and listen in the background. Oh, okay. Thanks, man. Do your thing, and let's link up. Maybe one time we'll have you on and talk about your music, because we love musicians. Nikki Stringfield expected any moment now. I could feel the burning in my ears. I could see the pinkness in my cheeks. I'm nervous.
But we talk funny.
We do talk for, well,
We don't tone down our accents, man. We are legit from the city, so that's
right.
That's what you're hearing. Not Delco. This is
Philly, right outside of Philly. We drink water.
Water ice. You know, I actually said water in my day job today, and because I talk to people from all over the country, and they're like, "Excuse me," I'm like, oh,
Water.
The water.
Water.
The water. I can't say it.
All right, Joel. Let's calm the heart down a little bit. Let's relax. Let's get ready for a moment I pretty much have waited 200 plus episodes to say. Our very special guest tonight is a tremendous guitar player, singer, musician. She is part of the Iron Maidens. She has solo stuff. One of the coolest, most badass rock stars in the world, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful and talented Miss Nikki Stringfield. Yes!
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm going to tell you before we even start anything, I am nervous as hell because this to me is a magical moment. You're a superstar. I have been a fan forever. And when you responded to those emails, like, oh, I missed the emails. Yeah, let's get something together. I told Jewel, I fainted. I just...
Yeah, I'm just a huge dork who sucks at technology and getting time zones right.
A little bit. We did have a little time zone crunch. We had a great conversation about it. And I'm at work. I'm like, oh, wow, we got time zone issues here. And Nikki's like, come watch me at 3 p.m. And I'm like, what are you doing here?
I did it totally wrong. I went a total direction. Like, I got the wrong numbers. I don't even know how that happened.
Oh my gosh, no, thank you so much. You, just your sharing was amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. You really, it's a huge help for us, and we just so appreciate your time and coming on tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Thanks for being so patient and working with my crazy schedule.
Absolutely. And I know, and like you said, once I get back from tour, and I know how that gets, and touring life's got to be tough. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to keep pounding. I'll just wait. And then, like a few weeks after the announced Be Home date, I'll come back then. And it, like I said, honestly, in our eyes, and yours too, I'm sure, and all your fans, you're a massive star. And you got a lot going on, which is amazing. I got to ask, first and foremost, because we get right to the questions. As a young girl growing up, what got you into guitar, and at what age did you start playing, and etc. Let it rip. I'm dying to hear all the scoop.
All right. So my parents were awesome. They were both into 80s rock and metal. My dad played guitar in a band. My mom listened to great music, and she would take me to concerts when I was young, and that kind of set it off. Like I kind of just grew up with a love for music, and I started playing guitar when I was 14.
Wow.
So just
What
I had
was your first concert?
yeah. I'm sorry?
Oh, what was your first concert? I was just curious.
It's not very rock or metal of me. It's Backstreet Boys.
Hey!
Yeah.
My time. Those are my boys.
So ESP all the way.
Yes. I grabbed Nick Carter by his blonde hair one time. I saw them 13 times. I was obsessed.
That was my boy crush too. I love Nick. Well, one time. I've never seen him again.
Oh.
Wow. They come around a lot lately. They've been here a lot. Just so many fans waiting. Hey, Nikki, it's Scotty Scott. Good to see you. I have a million questions about Heaven Below. Give us a little history and rundown. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I know we're going to kind of be all over the board. We got so many things to talk about. So let's see what the fans want to hear also, and tell us a little bit about that. One of your many projects.
Yes. So Heaven Below has been around for a long time. Patrick Kinnison founded that. I don't know the exact year. So I met the guys when I moved to LA, and I was a huge fan myself. I would go see them play. We always played, shows around each other. We're both Schecter players. And then how I got in the band, they needed somebody to fill in for a couple of live shows. So I'm like, sure, why not? I love the music. It was a challenge for me, guitar wise. Like I just, it was a lot more kind of shred type stuff, kind of a departure from the Maiden type guitar that I play. So I was so stoked to join in. And then eventually it turned into, hey, you want to play on this album? I was like, okay. So I guess I'm officially a member. But yeah, they've been around so long, for a while now, and the albums are just great. Like I said, I was a huge fan first. So
It just seems to come so naturally to you, and your vibe seems very chill. Does it? How do you know when it clicks with another musician, or when you go to a band audition? Like, how do you know you guys mesh well together?
yeah, I guess now that I think about it, I've never had an actual like audition for the bands that I've gone to. I've done a couple of random, like, hey, like kind of industry auditions where it's kind of a casting call, like, oh, you're a female, play guitar. And they don't. I think I went audition for somebody. I didn't even know who it was, but it turned out to be some big pop person that I ended up not really knowing who they were. I think it was named Zane or something, but it was not me. I don't even know what I'm doing. I had to like cramp really fast the night before. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just
Isn't that One Direction?
yeah. It was for his solo stuff or something.
Really?
Yeah, obviously big. Like, I don't, that totally would not have been my thing, but it was interesting. It was an experience, but I've never really done an audition. I've just kind of been like, hey, you want to fill in? You want to come play this? I'm like, okay. And then if we get along as friends, usually it works. And I've been in 2 original bands outside of just my solo stuff. So definitely you have to have, for the solo stuff, you have to, or not the solo stuff, the band stuff, you just have to get along together and make sure you get along together musically as well. Or else, I guess it can clash, but I haven't really had that happen yet.
That's a good thing. You seem to have a great personality for it. And we have other rock stars. Last week we were supposed to have somebody Lorraine Lewis was supposed to be on our program. At the last minute, she had to bail because of production. And I love her too. But she said, do me a favor, don't talk about X, Y, Z, A. Say, please don't mention it. I'm like, yeah. So it's got to be tough to be together in the band. Do you find it better to do solo stuff, or do you like the band atmosphere? What works better for you?
Well, I mean, the solo stuff is pretty new to me. I will say when I was in my first band, when I moved to LA, I didn't really get to put myself into it. The songs were being written by everybody else. And then I was just kind of bummed because I wanted to be, I wanted to put myself into it.
Right.
And then I got with the Maidens, and that's, there's kind of zero of yourself. I mean, you put a little bit in your playing, you can't take yourself out of the playing. So when I decided to do my own thing, and I always wanted to write, and that's when I decided, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm going to try the singing thing, because when I write in my head, I hear vocals, and I'm just going to do it for myself, and people can see exactly who I am, especially on my EP Harmonies for the Haunted. I did everything except for the drums, pretty much.
I have burned that out on my Apple Music all week long. I have been burning that album out and listening to it front to back, and I love it. It's incredible.
Thank you so much. So I will say that getting to do the solo stuff has been unlike any other thing, and I really hope after I put this full-length album out, I would love to do some shows with that, because I've only got to play my own songs acoustic, and I can only imagine how it is with a full band.
And you and Patrick work together so famously. How did that all come about, and how does he bring out the best in you musically?
Oh, he's helped so much as a teacher, just as a friend. Like, he produced my vocals on Harmonies for the Haunted, and that was my first time really singing. So I was kind of just, I don't know, so he'd be like, and I was just kind of freaked out because he's such a great vocalist. And I was like, okay, so I just really he helped me come out of my shell tremendously. And before the pandemic, before we started doing the acoustic stuff, he and I had talked about doing, these little jams while we're home and going out and playing unplugged. And I had never done that ever. And so, once the pandemic hit and we started doing these acoustic shows, or just or live shows online and then at the Hard Rock, I mean, he's helped me grow so much just singing in front of people. And I think just kind of throwing myself out there with that has helped tremendously. And he's helped my guitar playing a lot too. So just luckily having a partner that's just totally there to support you and help you grow. Like, I'm so thankful for that every day.
That's awesome. It's kind of like we have here, like, Joel and I, people ask, how do you guys get together and what's your life like outside here? We're great friends, but we work so well together, and it's just such a great rapport. Over 200 episodes, great guests. It works. You and Patrick, you have a CD coming out called Live in the Living Room. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Please tell us about this, because this sounds absolutely awesome. It sounds kind of like a COVID-inspired jam kind of thing.
It totally was. Like, we had kind of talked about doing some acoustic stuff together, and we were just always so busy. And then, we got together before the pandemic hit. And so once it hit and we were both stuck at home with all of this spare time, yep. We're so constantly on the go. And then we were just stuck, and we're like, okay, well, what can we do still musically? Especially, we figured once we were able to go out and play, we didn't think big shows were going to come back for a long time.
Right.
So I was like, let's do something that nobody's really going to expect. Let's do an acoustic song that just should not be on acoustic guitar. So we did Aces High first, and we did a little video for it. It's live, it's raw, and people actually loved it. And then my little dog jumps in, and people just really all the show. And so we just kept on doing that. We did System of a Down. We did some Avenged Sevenfold, and then we just decided recently, let's put this on an album, call it Live in the Living Room. It's like there's no tuning the vocals, we pretty much recorded on one microphone, and wow. So that's what it is. It's basically the songs compiled from our couch jams on one album and then a couple of extra. And so we're actually was just finishing up shipping out a lot of the pre-orders right now.
Wow. It's honestly, if I may, it's sheer genius. It's a tremendous idea. And like I said, it's kind of how we found this during the pandemic. No more studio. Now you got to entertain. And we found this, and we're like, wow, this is great. Like you guys did. It's kind of like a pioneering album. It's one of a kind.
Yeah. We were just really surprised that people loved it so much, and we'd be out at shows, and instead of somebody saying like, "Oh, you're from the Maidens," or you play with Lita, it's like, "We loved your Couch Jam video. Your Ace is Hot, your Chop Suey," and we're like, people really dig this. So I felt it connected with people since they couldn't get out during the pandemic, since they were stuck at home and missing live music like we were. I felt like it connected with people in a different way than before.
It's relatable. You're sitting there on the couch and you're playing Chop Suey, and then the little dog head pops up. It's just, I love your covers so much.
Thank
Some of your covers, are true to the original, but some of your covers just completely go a different direction and are so uniquely you. What is one of your favorite? Because you span genres with the covers. So what is one of your favorite that you like to perform?
We've been rehearsing them since we have our show on Sunday, and we're playing the entire album in its entirety for the first set. So I think the Avenged Sevenfold Backcountry is it's a big challenge, especially that solo. So that one is so fun to me because it's so different, and having to sing and play. You don't get a chance to breathe in that song. And then all the crazy guitar parts. I was like, that was one thing. I was like, we have to make sure we can play these live in front of people. And a lot of people didn't think we could, but we do it every time. But I also love Chop Suey. That one is so fun.
Great song.
It's people are like, what? Chop Suey. it's so fun to play. That's probably.
I've seen people mention that they got autographed copies. See, I would get an autographed copy and buy it, but I would never open it. So I wouldn't get to listen to it. So I got to buy two because sure as heck can't.
Jeff doesn't open anything.
I don't open anything. It's stuff there people send me that I love and just.
Like I'm looking around. I know we have some. Oh, there it is.
Oh, we got to order 3 of these. 2 for you.
Yeah.
And then we even made, where is it? A little hype sticker here. Oh, get in the camera. It's got a little Rolo on there.
Wow.
Camera, right? So,
I say it's always backwards. So it's hard to figure the camera out when you're on the show. I get it.
I don't know what way to move. But yeah, so I know if people wanted a signed copy, there's a place in the comments for them to say that. So we have no problem doing that.
There you go.
Very cool. What are all those impressive albums and awards behind you? I didn't even really plan to talk about this, but why not kiss your ass since you're amazing? What is all that hardware behind you? It's some great looking stuff.
That is this is Patrick's studio. So
he's
played, he's way busier than I am. Obviously, he played on William Shatner's one of his albums. He played on a Rob Zombie album.
Wow.
Here. And then this one is actually a Heaven Below plaque that's got, pretty much all the albums. I think Heaven Below has like over 1 million streams or something. I think that's what that is. So yeah, he's played on a ton of people's albums. So he's a not many people know he's a big session player too.
Is there any competition
between him and I?
Yeah, a little bit, right?
I don't think so. I tell him like, you sing, this song. Like I try and I look at the set list for our live stuff and I'm like, you need to sing more. You need to sing more. He's like, no, you need to sing more. So
it seems like he lets you shine though. Like you can tell he wants you to have your moment, which is great. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. Just even Shallow, and I was listening to it, and my daughter came in because that's one of her favorite songs. She's 8. She's like, "Oh my God, who is that?"
Oh,
so you have fans, you have these and new fans because of the many your just range of different genres. Have you noticed that playing different songs, reaching different fan bases?
Yeah, that's since we've played a couple of these live shows, but mostly at the Hard Rock, and it's a lot of families that are in there eating as well. People come out to the shows, but it's also, families in there from all parts of the world having dinner. And I'm like, we can reach a lot of new people this way. So, I definitely thought, I love Lady Gaga. So I was like, let's throw a couple of her songs in there. and let's just try to keep it like a wide variety, like we do. Don't Stop Believin',
Yes.
live. So I was like, we have some hard rock and stuff, but let's have more generic stuff for people that, you know, aren't into the hard rock and metal. So I think a little bit of something for everybody to enjoy. And I thought that was important.
Absolutely.
Like, I know my Nana went and got, this is the first album of mine, my acoustic one. She loves
Oh,
she loves it too. I got the CD this time.
so sweet.
That's great though. Like my mom, like I said, when she was alive, my mom would watch my shows. I can't watch you; you're too offensive. So your Nana's
Yeah.
in there. That's great. My mom, she turned me out from day one, and that was that.
Turn it down sometimes, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's hard. So I ask this: we've had a lot of great female artists on our show recently. Singers, some are local, a lot of metal, and we just love female artists and female fronted bands. Do you believe in your mind that it's become a women's game or an even playing field? How do you look at it right now? Because I think the women have really been dominating music of late.
Oh, there's so many amazing female artists. Like every day when I get on social media, I discover somebody new.
Same.
Uh, hmm. I don't, because I've always been like, I considered myself one of the guys, so I never thought I'd be in an all female band anyway. So I've always been a tomboy. So I guess once I got into music and everything, it was kind of, then I was always singled out as a female, I guess, in a
Yeah.
way. How does it feel to be a female guitar player? I have no idea. I've always been, I don't know what it would feel like to not be one. So I feel like there's the spotlight been shining more on female musicians in the past year. I feel like I see Guitar World articles almost every other day. It feels like featuring women in some way. So I feel like it is kind of transitioning toward that, and I feel like it's just becoming more accepting, thankfully. I hope it
That's awesome.
continues that way.
We got another great audience question. Before I hit the audience question, you see the Funko Pop collection. I have this. Of course, I had to pull this off the wall. And of course, it's Eddie from the Iron Maiden. So I had to pull that off. And the question that Jimmy asked: do you really like and enjoy playing Iron Maiden songs? And do you have a favorite one? I know I've got about 30 favorites. So how about it?
It's so hard to choose a favorite one, and really, of course, I love it. Like one of the first songs that I learned on guitar was the riff was 2 Minutes to Midnight. I grew up listening. My dad played some Maiden songs in his band, so I grew up. If you watch any of my old YouTube videos, I had Killers posters on my wall. I had the Maiden, the Power Slave ones and the Killers ones. So yeah, I've been a huge Maiden fan my whole life, and the favorites change depending on our set list. If we're playing one of like Songs Into the Ground, like on a tour, if we're playing like Power Slave is one of my favorites because I get two awesome solos in that. I love Dave Murray solos in that one and the Egyptian type feel of the song. But if we play it over and over and over, then it might change. Like, I love Clairvoyant too. What else? Clairvoyant, Power Slave. It really changes. It totally changes depending on what we're playing and what we're adding in. Like we added in Where Eagles Dare recently, and that one's a fun one.
If you ever come out to Philly, which we would love, I want to get there. I just want to hear Wasted Years. That's all I ask. Other than that, you can do whatever.
They were just closed. It's Sellersville.
I know. And I missed it, of course. I'm always like a day behind with our guests. I'm always behind on the shows. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, it seems like we're playing Philly pretty often now, thankfully. So my best friend just moved there. So I'm like, let's go to Philly. Let's go back.
Hey,
So,
if you ever want to hit the town,
yeah,
got the Yo-Show crew here.
No, we got you.
Absolutely.
We have some new people watching to our show. My good friend Ryan Risley earlier on said, first time watching on YouTube, don't be nervous. I get nervous. Do you get nervous on stage? I get nervous talking to everybody that I admire, and I've been a big fan for a while. So to have you sitting here with us really is blowing me away. I know I'm acting subdued. I've had a couple of beers to calm me down. But do you get nervous?
I grew up so shy and quiet and had the most horrible stage fright, and I can get on stage and I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine on stage. You put me in a room having to talk to people, it's awful. It's I will dread doing that for like nights before I have to do that. See, I finally got used to this. I can do this now. At first, even doing this and talking like online, thinking, oh my God, there's people listening to me. There's people listening to me. I finally kind of got past that. You still put me in a room full of people? No way. No way. I just kind of like, Patrick, you talk. He's the talker, thankfully. I'm the quiet one.
I hate to throw anybody under the bus, but we got a co-host on our show that kind of does the same thing. You get very quiet in public too, and it might be a female thing because like it seems like more eyes are on the ladies when they get out than the men. Men are just
I don't think it's a
kind
female
of.
thing. I totally feel you. I grew up, dance and everything. And once I was out on stage, it's one thing. But when I have to talk face
Yes.
to face, it's a whole different world.
Yes. Now you get people like our singer Kirsten in the Maidens, and she, she'll be singing at the top of her lungs in the airport. Like, no, she. I could be like her, where you just don't care. But yeah, man, there's something about it. It's just something
Well,
about it.
I've seen you on interviews, kicking back, having a beer. I'm like, this girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
This girl is going to be cool. See, she's prepared. Look at
I
this.
got it.
There we go. Truly.
There we go.
Good guy.
I'm a little embarrassed because
We're good.
somebody bought me a real nice Iron Maiden pack with the beer in it and the glass, and I didn't lay it out tonight. Am I the worst at this or what? How do I not have that ready for tonight? Jesus Christ, suck at
Well, you
this.
should ship it.
Right.
Those are
So
pretty.
it is very cool. Their beer is very good. The band, the Iron Maidens, you're playing, God, I saw the name, I lost the question, I got so excited. You're playing Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood, followed by the Hard Rock in Hollywood. Those are some kick-ass venues. What are some of your favorite venues? What are some of your favorite places you played, and how stoked are you for these shows here?
Man, some of my favorites would be my hometown venue, Trees in Dallas, because it was very surreal to play there finally after going and seeing so many shows when I was young. So that's always got a special place in my heart. The whiskey, of course, legendary.
Yeah.
When you go there, a lot smaller than you imagine in your mind, but that's kind of like the hometown show for me now. So we play there pretty often, and we love it. And the Hard Rock too is so awesome, and our friend Shane takes good care of us. So it really feels like I used to live in Hollywood for about 5 years, and now I feel like I'm back all the time. So, but I guess country wise, we really love New Zealand was one of my favorite places.
Oh, very cool.
Germany is one of my favorite places. South America, the fans are so incredible.
We actually had that question there. Somebody asked if you played Germany, Australia. So there you go. Yeah, amazing. Somebody one step ahead. Scott's well ahead. He's well prepared tonight.
He's psychic. Yeah, Germany. We've been all over the place. So very thankful for that, because before I joined the Maidens, I hadn't really traveled at all. So thankfully, I've got to see the world through playing with them.
Very cool.
Amazing. And what do you do on your downtime?
Is there downtime?
Yeah.
I feel like I have not had any downtime lately because I'm doing so many things. Like right now, we're getting all these acoustic songs together, so that's taken up a lot of time. Working on my new album. We just finished rhythm guitars, so we're on to vocals next. And so I'm hoping to have that out by the end of this year. And then once we finish recording that, we're recording a new Heaven Below album. And then I'm getting married in November, so I'm planning a wedding. So,
Wow. Congratulations.
No downtime at all.
No.
it's like, yeah, I'm like that. We're like, let's do some acoustic stuff last night. And then I ended up, researching wedding arches and all this other stuff. Well, out of time.
Yeah, it's not enough time in a day. Can you imagine? I asked this question. Everybody's always dumbfounded by it. if you weren't playing guitar, what would you be doing? What could you see yourself doing in life if you weren't like this big rock star? And yes, I do say big rock star because, goddamn it, you are a huge rock star.
Thank you. I don't know. I feel like I'm just a big old dork always. My family, you can ask my family too. I'm still the big dork. Um, I don't know. I mean, I got a degree in radio, TV, and film. I minored in business, so I got that to fall back. Um, yeah, I don't know. I always kind of liked accounting. I'm a huge nerd. Um, again, I'm not sure what I would do, honestly. I My first love was drawing, so probably something in art. I'd have to do something artistic, or I'd probably go crazy.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. I was the same. I took, uh, radio, audio classes, and then half art classes. But I always
Uh,
loved music. I could never play though, so you got me there. But
nah.
yeah, it's you want to do everything, and you can do everything. So just congratulations to you on all your success. It's
Thank you so much.
that's my daughter. She's a fan too.
Oh, hello.
Usually she's not shy. Usually she runs right in. I'm shocked she's staying off to the side tonight.
With the what is
I
it
love.
called? The speedsters.
Yeah, that's so.
Absolutely amazing. So in preparation, what do you do to prepare? What gets you ready? I know you said you're used to, you've been doing it so long, but is there a psyche, a game plan, a certain cocktail? Like, what's the pregame like?
Um, you know, it's I guess I usually I'll have a glass of wine every now and then for a show, but really, there's not really like a ritual, I guess, because
Yeah,
kind of
there.
everything is always different. Sometimes you have friends there and you're hanging with them, and other times you're sleeping as much as possible because you don't get enough sleep. Um, yeah, I guess I just warm up. I warm up. I go over the solos or the songs, and then I just kind of get ready to jump up there.
Man, that's
Thank you
awesome.
for being so normal. Some people are like, I do 10 hours of meditation, then do 20 miles. I get in my Zen space. You're just like, yeah, glass of wine,
Yeah,
Yeah,
strap. I'm good.
no, that's all too difficult for me. Go fine, and yeah, usually it's just kind of crazy up until the point where we go on. So there's not much time to think, I guess. Just
that's
chill.
pretty
If
cool.
overthinking things, that's when it's awful. That's when it's all bad for me. If I start overthinking and thinking, oh my gosh, how does this part go? Oh no, now I have to. No,
That's what we do. We overthink all the time.
I do. Yep.
But your playing is
So,
so beautiful and natural,
yeah.
and your interview skills, you just come off like such a sweetheart and a cool person. So just thank you again.
What are you? We have to hang we're in Philly again for sure.
Come on down. I'm absolutely, and we will find you, and vice versa. One more thing I got to ask, and a lot of females roll their eyes at this. You know the stories of female groupies. Are there a
Mhm.
lot of dude groupies, dudes that try to say the right thing, act the right thing, throw gifts at you? Like, I know you got a man, you're getting married, and that's awesome, but do dudes go above and beyond? Like, oh, it's freaking Nikki Stringfield. I'm shooting my shot here.
There's been some funny moments for sure. Yeah, yeah. There's been some funny moments. There's times
I
that
hear
make you
you.
go, huh.
We get,
Yeah. I think we have a back. I don't.
We could probably do a whole episode on some of the things that men say and do. Men are just, they're rude. They're rude people.
Let me see your DMs. It's like females especially. You just need a DM coordinator, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with you on that. Absolutely, but yeah.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah, fans that have seen you all over. People are just going from all over the place. Oh, Patreon page. I'm sorry. I got some of the links, not all. So Meralda's doing great here. Patreon page. And, of
Very.
course, she made the post about the site to find the album. And it's just great. Here it is right here. Awesome. So you could order Nikki and Patrick's live acoustic album right there. And of course, I got everything down below. You can find Nikki Stringfield on Instagram at Nikki_Stringfield, www.nikki/Stringfield, or Springfield.com. Let's get that right. Facebook at Nikki Stringfield,
Yeah.
www.theironmaidens.com, Nikki Stringfield on YouTube. New live album in the living room is out. Not soon, it's out now. Get on it because it's great. It's like being at your house, only with two superstars singing to you.
That's right.
So
You
I'm
got
gonna,
it, man.
yeah, definitely. I go all out. I feel like I haven't done you enough justice. We just love to gush over people because we have so many great talents. And when I look in, like, to me, yeah, the name and the stature matters. It's awesome to have somebody of your background. But any artist that comes on the show, like, we admire it. It's amazing what you do. Your work is tireless. And watching you on social media promote us and promote yourself and the way you shoot videos and all that is incredible. So congratulations for that. On top, you've got the whole star thing like down to a science, the perfect way to do it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And we, of course, are going to invite you back, if you will, sometime, anytime, once a week. We're going to do the music corner with Nikki Stringfield every week.
I know. I feel like this was so short. I'm like, gosh, the time flies by. Seriously.
I know. We usually, like, we promise a half hour. We're already 34 minutes in. I don't want to let you go. I'm going to keep you here forever. I want to come downstairs tomorrow morning and drink my morning coffee before I go to work and have you still sitting there. I mean, good morning. And
I don't know. I might be scarier.
yeah, so I'm grumpy in the morning, so this is all just, But, Jewel, anything in parting before we let Nikki go?
I know. We just appreciate you taking the time seriously, and thank you so much. Good luck to everything you have going on. The album, is that the 26th or is that today? Was the release date?
Yeah, technically it comes out on the 26th. Anybody that's pre-ordered, we're already shipping them out. I know people have already been getting them. But the official date is the 26th, and it will be up for streaming and on all digital platforms on the 26th. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Scott, for that. I really do appreciate it. I know Nikki shared our post, and a couple thousand people jumped on it. I'm like, all new faces.
Gosh,
Yeah, you do. You got a great following, and we see why though, because you're genuine, you're real, and you're talented. On top of all that, I'm going to keep thinking of things to say because I don't want you to leave, and it's going to keep going on. I'm going to start asking you what you had for dinner tonight, and on. I know.
That's about
I know, right? It's a bit. I always go too far, as Joel will tell you. That's great. A lot of people are loving the album already. I got to get my copy of mine. Everybody check it out. All the links are going to run. I'm going to let the links run for a while, even after Nikki goes, so you know where to find her. Most of you already do know where to find her, and why not? Thank you very much. Great interview, Jeff and Joel. Thanks, Nikki. Thanks all. I appreciate it very much. The absolutely amazing, talented, wonderful guitarist, Miss Nikki Stringfield. Joel, let's give her one more time. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll be in contact a little bit down the road, and we'd love to do it again.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank y'all so much.
You.
Great talking with you.
Absolutely. Have a great night.
You too. Bye. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Jewel, I can finally breathe. My goodness. Oh, we missed it. How she like her Whataburger. Well, we'll get her on, I guess on social media. She was amazing. J.D. Wolf, I agree. And, I keep saying it, Jewel. I say it over and over, and I almost beat the dead horse with it. We find these people. A lot of them, like I said, get suggested on social media. We find them. And you start to just watch the demeanor, the way they handle their business, which is themselves, how they handle the business. And you're like, you know what? Good feelings for me pretty good just by the way they present themselves and perform and act and the fans. And I mean, Nikki is sensational. That was a terrific, terrific chat.
You're so right. And we do our research here. So we usually look into our guests, see past interviews, and I could just tell right away that we were going to fall in love with her because she is just that awesome. She's such a cool person. And wow, what an amazing interview. It's so sad. We love to play music here, especially independent artists. And I mean, anyone we can play. We're music lovers. So you know where to find the links, though. But we do love just jamming here on the show, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love what you did last week with just playing all over past guests.
Yeah, that was
Some of
really
our
cool.
local
Some of them got picked up because we did get a partial mute. So some of our
Oh,
former local
see,
bands,
I
we got a little
know.
something going. Thank you, Jim
That's
Brown.
when
Good
you
job,
have to
Jeff and
reach
Joel.
out. Like past guests, and then you can't play their music anymore because it's licensed. It's like
Right?
they're off. The little fledglings have
I know they've
flown.
gone on to other things. And Dell, I appreciate that you did your homework. We really do try. We really try and get the core of them. Yeah, because everybody likes to do the commercial things, and people start asking questions that I'm sure are mundane, and we do too. But you try to get a little more involved, and I just there's so much more I wanted to know and talk about and do. Jim Brown, thank you for that. I'm definitely getting that live in the living room. I can't wait. Who she was, a dork. Oh, she was a dork, so down there. I'm a dork, so that was easy. But
Yeah,
I saw her sing,
you
and
dorky.
I got super geeked out and like little heart flutter when she was on Instagram singing my favorite song, Santeria. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, just terrific. I love it.
I had on her Sally song cover. Joey comes running in. So, oh my god, she's so beautiful. I'm like, she's gonna be on the show.
Yeah.
Gonna be able to see her.
Beautiful and talented. My brother earlier on, I'm sorry about that. My brother gave us a yo, and then he put, gee, thanks. I can't share certain Facebook comments. My brother sent them, and my buddy Mario sent them, and I can't, like Ryan posted his, I can't share all the Facebook ones. I don't know why. We're trying to get that fixed, but I do thank you. And of course, I thank my brother who has finally learned when I'm on and watches often. I do appreciate that. And his wife, Beth, I appreciate that. And everybody who watched tonight is a great crowd, a lot of new people. Hopefully, become fans of ours and friends of ours. And we'll have more big acts. And when I mentioned Lorraine Lewis, Nikki gave it a, so maybe I'll say, hey, Nikki, make sure Lorraine knows what a good time it is here on the program.
Hey, and we have a summer chock full of amazing guests. So keep coming back every Tuesday and sometimes Wednesday night, 8 p.m. live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.
Twitch. Hello to Twitch. Make sure you like and follow as well, especially on Twitch, because not only do you get good banner out of me, my silliness, you also get Jewel, who is beautiful inside and out. Jewel, big-hearted person. You're wonderful. We have a great time. Last week we didn't have you here. I know you had stuff going on. I just hope everything is okay. We've talked it through, and you said things are going better, which is good. Jewel's family feels like my family, and, you know, really what we do here we love so much. The Wednesday night thing is a little different. There's no Jewel. We kind of do like a little more of a off-the-cuff kind of thing. But Tuesday nights we get down to the the nitty-gritty with the great topics and the great guests and me belching in the microphone. Yeah, that's how we do it.
I do that stuff before we go live.
Right, I hadn't noticed.
But no, thank you. Yeah, sometimes work and life, but it always feels great to come back, especially when you have an amazing guest like Nikki. So it's just, and the last time I was on, it was our 200th. It's just,
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Was it? Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, because 201 was Christy Miller, and then tonight's 202.
That's right. I feel like I was a part of the show because I was watching so intently on Tuesday and Wednesday nights.
You do great when you're not on the show. You do
Hey,
great
it's
with
nice
your
to
comments.
do a little research on the side and just to make sure I'm getting my facts right because sometimes, you know, when the lights are in your face, it's hard to look stuff up, but it was fun just being behind the scenes like I originally wanted to be.
Not anymore. Yeah, me and Angela have kind of unofficially made you the 2.0 intern and research department. Miss Joey is in the house. We kind of had to wait a little bit for your cameo because of Nikki, but tell the fans what to do. Tell them where to find us. Give them the rundown. Give us
Make
the
sure
Joey
you hit
spiel.
the subscribe button and make it gray. And make sure you hit the notification and hit the like button in the face. But don't break your screen.
Break your screen.
Don't break your screen.
And if you don't do that, then I'll just steal your snacks. And yeah.
And yeah.
And yeah, she's practicing. One of these days, she's going to be better than us. She looks
you had
lovely.
done her spiel Oh, thanks. Ever since school was over, she's like, I'm makeup, I'm drawing tattoos, whatever. I'm like, okay, express yourself.
There you go. She's got the tattoos already. She's totally into it. And a couple more years, she'll be interning us too, or taking our place. Either way. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
she'll have a
great.
Yosho tattoo.
That's probably if we get.
Am I
We're still
freaking?
kicking
Are
around.
you okay?
Yeah, you're good. We're still kicking around logo
Oh,
ideas.
okay,
If we
cool.
change one, maybe I'll tattoo that. You did tune in last week
Yeah, logo.
to the 2.0, and we had a great guest on 2.0, and I just want to give him a shout out, CJ Vecchio, who was on 2.0,
Yeah.
and he's got this awesome fan film coming out called The Evil 3 with it's supposed to be Mike Myers, Jason, and Leatherface. Dude, like that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. I'm so sad I missed the horror show. That's my
Yeah.
jam, but you guys did an excellent interview, like always. So, yeah, it was just fun to tune in and comment and see my comment up there. So, yeah, he has a crush on Homelander too. You see that?
Yes, he does. I did see it. Love that show. It was a good one as well. And we just have so many great people. And I kind of feel bad because some of the ones we get on Wednesday night, I'm like, oh man, I wish we had them for Tuesday night also. Like I told you, Angela kind of took possession of Rachel Bello. She's like, every time Rachel's on, I got to be on. I'm like, yeah, okay. And we'd love to have her on Tuesdays. But she's talked about Hollywood Gods and Monsters coming to Philly. That's something we absolutely have to do. Super band, and she's super as well. Great talent. We have so many great talents on here. Like I just can't keep up with everybody that's coming on. And we'll talk shortly about who else is coming on in the near future because we got a lot of great acts coming up. Let's do some topics real quick, Jewel. Of what's going on in the world? Not a lot of great topics, but our good friend Amber Turd, make that Amber Heard, is negotiating a tell-all book. So I guess this is where some of her money's coming from. They're talking a couple $1 million for her to tell her story about the trial and her side and what Johnny Depp's all about deep down. Have you heard about this? Are you interested in this at all?
There's just so many theatrics going on with this case. I honestly cannot keep up. I don't know who to believe. It's so hard. You know, I mean, everyone. Obviously, we have a winner, correct? But it's just, I don't know. It's difficult. You never know what's really going on in a relationship. Even when it's public, even when you think you know every single detail, you really don't. So, honestly, if you're in it, you really, you don't know. It's like a marriage. You really don't know what goes on behind doors. She's gonna have to do something though to clear her name, or she's a wash. So
No,
it's
I
a
got to ask
bad
you.
situation all around.
I got to ask you this. And if it's too much to say or something that somebody might remember and you don't want to say it, I get it. We heard about her taking a shit in the bed.
Mm.
What is the worst thing you've ever done to a lover, boyfriend, etc.? What's like one of the weirdest things you've ever done to somebody you've been with?
I should have said what I've gotten accused of, which is laughable. I'm like, it's funny when you spend that amount of time with a person and they still don't know the real you. And that's the same. Like you could spend, I don't know, a decade with a person and not really know them. Been there too. It's just I once you hit that point of revenge level, I'm just out. Like
Yeah.
there's no love there if there's that type of behavior. I feel I would just never betray someone that's supposed to be my partner. So I don't know. I don't understand it. I wouldn't want that done to me or something my house or my home just something sacred to me. Like it's too much. It's not needed.
Did you ever think about, after hearing this Johnny Depp thing and Amber Heard, did you ever think about maybe finding an ex from the past, like, hey, let's get together, staying in his house and taking a shit in his bed, and then split?
No, because I'm not a vengeful person. I probably should be, but I can't put myself to go there. You know what is the best revenge? success, and you just move on and live your life and do the best you can, and that's
No,
the best revenge.
and there you have it. We've all had our downfall. We know a downfall I had for something I used to promote here heavily on the show and talk about a lot on the show. And it went south. And, for a while there was a little bit of vengeance. There's a lot of truth behind what I said. But there was like a couple final points. I crushed the logo and ripped it up here on the show. And I've moved on because you can't dwell on that. Like, what's over is over. You can't just sit around and let other people dominate your life, ruin your life, change your life. I feel we do a great job here. And in the past, people have said, how can you even go on and do that? Like, you're not a professional. It makes you think. And here we are with the likes of Nikki Stringfield popping on and all her fans. So, yeah, maybe we are doing a little something we belong to be doing. And you're your best critic and also your hardest critic of yourself. Me, I think we do a dang good job. I love doing this. I think you're terrific. I love doing it. Our guests are terrific. We have nothing but great people on. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna keep on coming into your living rooms Tuesday nights.
If you're proud of what you're doing, and I absolutely love what we do here, or I wouldn't be doing it. It's a joy. It's a joy. It's one of the highlights of my week to come on and talk to these amazing guests, have them back and forth with you, and you put in the work and something comes of it. You see it come to fruition, and there's nothing better. There's people that wake up and they stew in the hate, and they blast people, and that's where your energy goes. Like, why don't you channel that energy into something good?
Exactly. There's a lot of good to be done and fun to be had by just showing the positive spirit. I know we're doing topics, but I got to stop topics we get a little later because there's things I want to talk about. And a couple great people with great things. First of all, this right here, Joel. Look at this. The 5th annual Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. Our tremendous friend Sharon Leah and the Sharon Leah Band do this every year. Last year was virtual. One of our great longtime guests, Susie Corey, was a member of it. This year it's coming live to Constadter on Academy Road in Northeast Philadelphia. And Joel, look at the lineup for this year. Taylor Dane, Tiffany, Jennifer Page, Kick It Out, which is a heart cover band. Sharon Leah Band, of course, will be there. There's VIP tickets for food and backstage and regular tickets. And the proceeds are just go to women in need. It's Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. Pretty sure I got the link up here. It's so hard to, there it is right there. Ladies Who Rock for a Cause.networkforgood.com. Get there now if you're in the Philly area. Get some tickets. That's a great lineup. Saturday, October 8th, some great female musicians. Like I said, there's VIP packages with food. If not, there's regular tickets to be bought. I, of course, plan on being there this year. I know Jewel plans on being there. A great lineup. Like I said, some legendary musicians and female musicians. Sharon Lee will be back on our program as well. Amazing lineup as well. Amazing lineup, indeed. Sharon will be back on in September to talk about it. Tell us a little something. Look at that lineup and the good she does. What do you think?
I'm so excited. It couldn't happen to a better person. Sharon just works her tail off to bring us the music she does, and the acts in this organization is so great. I wanted to wear my Ladies for Rock for a Cause. I wear that tank top so much. I wore it yesterday. I'm like, oh, I should have saved it for tonight. But no, I'm so excited. All of those amazing acts right in our backyard.
Right?
And I've never been to Constadter's either.
Once, a long time ago. It is a great venue from what I hear. And like I said, there's going to be terrific artists. So, I mean, I think the VIP ticket, is $65. When you're talking about food and some backstage and meet these great guests, not to mention the great charity it goes to, it sounds like it's worth it to me.
Oh, yeah. And Jeff, we'll probably get food, but you know what that's by? Charlie's Pizza.
Oh, yes,
so
it is.
I'll have to go to Charlie's Pizza, too. Probably late night.
Me, you, Tiffany, Taylor Dane, Sharon, Rick, the wife. We'll go to Charlie's afterwards.
I think if you're in the area and you don't get a Charlie's, what are you doing?
Exactly. And JD, a great cause, and Sharon really works hard on it. And that you become a great fan of the show and friend of the show, JD. You'll get to see Sharon in September and have her just talk about everything that goes into it. It's a lot of work. And last year she said she did it virtual, and she said, does anybody know anybody? And I said, how about, I threw out a couple guests, and one of them, of course, was Susie Corey. a great Canadian country artist who's been with us a few times. And Sharon said, great job. She's terrific. And Susie was on, and we were like, almost like one of our babies. Like, our baby's on in this big program. It's just super cool. But yeah, I love it. I love the work she does.
It was awesome to watch, and love Susie. And again, just someone who puts their heart and soul into everything they do. All these amazing women, like, I don't know.
Telling you.
It's a joy to talk to them too, and how they juggle everything with family life and this and it, being the success that they are. It's just great to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And even like even some of the great podcasters, webcasters, and we had the 200th episode on Maria Daniels came on, and she does like 2 shows and business consulting, and she's also like a mom of like 100 kids. So, and she's just like constant, and I feel bad. Sometimes I get home like, oh, I'm tired. And like women, some of these women just kick ass. My wife kicks ass. I said
She has 7 kids. You're
7
not tired.
kids.
You're not tired. I'm not tired. I have 1. That's nothing. She's 7.
7. I'm dead trying to take. When the dogs go out to pee and I let them back in and feed them, I'm exhausted. And that's 2 little dogs. I can't imagine.
I don't know
kids.
what I would look like with 7 kids. I'm and she's gorgeous. It's like,
Oh,
how
yeah.
do you do this?
I like when she puts those posts like, "Oh, I look beat today." I'm like, "My God, Maria's looking awesome." And next thing is like, "I look beat today." I'm like, "What is she kidding me?"
Yeah, she comes out in her workout gear, like all cute. I'm like, you amaze me, woman.
Tell me about it. Couple more topics. One real quick. I know this is big around the city. It's getting a lot of buzz. The Flyers named John Tortorella as their new head coach. Tortorella is infamous for his rants and his press conferences. He's also a former Stanley Cup winning coach. Jewel, I know the team has been bad the last few years. Is a coach enough to pick this team up? They've been pretty bad.
I don't know. I just watch Philly. I do. I haven't been keeping up.
You used to be a
What's
hockey
that
girl.
name? I
I like the name.
was. I see. I played. You know, I was more of an athlete, not so much of a sports watcher. But
I got you. But we
what's
welcome
happening?
Tortorella.
I don't know. You gotta.
Well, I'm excited
know?
for him here, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, big deal," and some former players like, "Well, Philly start bailing out now. This dude is just an ass." But I love it. I love his tough style. I like the fact in the press conferences he lets it rip and he lets the refs have it. Maybe he'll get a little spark in this team. This certainly do need it. This team's been horrible.
I'm having fun watching the Phillies, though. The Phillies are pretty on fire.
They've been good.
They
They've
did
been
lose on
really.
Father's Day.
They had that big like winning streak, and they've been winning some big games. And it's a bit of a heart attack sometimes. They're tough to watch at moments, but
Yeah,
long run, I love it.
it's like 1-0. Come on.
I know. The Jules' favorite band, the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks or whatever, have been canceling. I'm not a fan. They've been canceling a lot of their latest tour. And apparently,
They used to be good.
I'm not a fan at all. And apparently
That's that one song, Traveling Soldier. That's a good one.
I don't even know any of them. But so supposedly they're running into voice issues, and their doctors have told them to scale it back, which they did. Now they're just talking about just canceling altogether. Damaging enough. They've had some damaging past with past presidential stuff and outspoken stuff, and they changed the name from Dixie Chicks to lose the Dixie. And is it over for this group? I mean, is it time to pack it in, or
It seems like a lot of issues, but if you want to tour, it seems that anyone is open to touring. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't come back. They do have to get their stuff together, though.
I mean, Ozzy gave up touring, 2 years ago? And he's like 100.
You know, I just saw Paul McCartney's 80th birthday with Bruce, and I'm kind of sad to say that it was the first time I was like, come on, Bruce. And he just sounded like a little, not like himself. I'm like, I mean, he's still got pep and everything. It's just, come on. Like, I wanted a little more. And like, Paul forgot the words to Glory Days. I'm like, I expected just the
Yeah.
Beatles and Springsteen and Glory Days. I
It
don't
happens.
know. They're up there, you know. It just
They've run out of
I
gas. Our
appreciate it.
legends.
I love it. I just it's a little sad.
Walmart needs you. That's right. Walmart is finding an extreme shortage of quality management material and having a hard time finding people to manage despite the $200,000 plus per year salary, which is pretty awesome. They started a new program, Jewel, where they're going out and getting college graduates, and they pretty much are hunting them down like right through college and are putting them in this new program. They started $65,000 a year, and it's a management training program to become a success at Walmart. I know Walmart has a tough clientele base. A lot of their stores are huge. Couple $100,000 a year, though. Would you like to give it a crack? I would give it a crack at being a manager at Walmart for a couple $100,000 a year.
Oh, you would? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Because you seem a little delayed.
Oh, okay. I'm on a little bit delay. Okay. No. I wouldn't want to manage a Walmart. I mean, that's a nice perk, and they should treat their employees better. You know, you hear horror stories throughout the year. I've had some people I know work at Walmart. So you have to respect your employees. If they're having a nice, you know, compensation plan, retirement plan, all that, going into the company, they should up it. I mean, it's the biggest store in America. It should be held, and that's a good gig. I mean, that's not a bad salary at all. But it's just tough right now. Like no one wants to get out there. There's so many work from home jobs. People don't want to leave the comfort of their home, let alone go to a Walmart. So
I agree. I'm more of a
it's tough.
Target guy. Yeah, and I guess the schedule's got to be kind of shitty. I'm sure they're open on a lot of holidays where people really don't want to work. So I guess it's harder than you think. And there's always that corporate pressure of numbers, and so I guess it's tough. You know.
It's so crazy. Like no one. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like no one wants to go to work. What is going to happen?
Yeah,
We're all going to
it's
be in our homes anyway.
we're not getting Bruce on the show. We tried. I've actually tried to reach out to Bruce's people, and you know, I'll never say never. We never say never. Look at Nikki. I thought we were done. She came
My
out of
next
nowhere
vacation
saying,
is Asbury Park. I was looking up places in Asbury today. I can't believe I'm so close and I've yet to go there, but that's my next spot. Hopefully I'll run into him in person. I can ask him to be on the show, and that's that. That's how it's going to happen. That's how
Would
it's
you-
going to go down.
would you give him a big kiss?
Hmm?
Would you give him a big kiss if you saw him?
But
Bruce, would you give him a big kiss?
no, he's married. I wouldn't give him a big kiss. I don't think I am.
It's Bruce!
I know, and I respect the man.
Stop it. Stop it.
I respect
Yeah,
mine. I love Patty.
So a story here that was interesting. Nirvana, many years back when Metallica went on this major tour with Guns N' Roses, they had asked Nirvana to be the opening act, and guitarist Kirk Hammett begged Kurt Cobain and said, please come on the tour and open for us, and it would be massive, one of the biggest concerts of all time. And Nirvana and Kurt pretty much came out and said, yeah, we like Metallica, but we really don't care for Guns N' Roses. And it went on that Kurt said that they were not fans of Guns N' Roses. They didn't like what they stood for. They didn't like their persona. This was in the 80s, late 80s maybe, when Guns N' Roses weren't very well sought out. I've always been a fan, as you know. Kurt Cobain have a point here? Do you think Guns N' Roses was a little much for them back in the day? It was two totally different styles.
Yeah, and I mean, Kurt didn't even want to play his own shows. Like, you think they want to go out? You know, they were so against videos and SNL. Like, they just didn't want it. So that doesn't surprise me that they were against Guns N' Roses, because Guns N' Roses was the most popular band at the time. You know what I mean? And then it went from Pam and Tommy showed it a little bit when they had Tommy just looking at the grunge scene coming up in the early 90s.
Did my wife just say douche? But Axel was a douche in the 80s. And like I said, when we saw him at the Hershey Arena last year, he actually thanked the fans for sticking with him. He apologized for the way he was back then. He said, look, I was a jerk. And people still came and people still bought. And I can't thank you enough. And he's toned down a little bit. But deep down inside, the Guns N' Roses of the 80s, yeah, whole different ballgame.
Yeah, and it was just a different time period. You're going into the next generation, and it was way different.
Yeah,
But
Axel
I love all of it, though.
right. Guns N' Roses was kind of being pushed to the side by the grunge era and Kurt Cobain. But Kurt Cobain seemed to be filled like a guy filled with a lot of angst and pain. That's not really the tour for them anyway. Metallica and Guns N' Roses about getting wild and crazy, and they weren't really the wild and crazy band. They're very subdued. So I guess I get that. It's funny
like
that
mosh pits and stuff, but it's still like it's a different feel.
right, definitely a different feel. There's flannels and ripped up jeans as opposed to bandanas and biker gear and all that. I do laugh because my wife told me last week that she feels weird and gets embarrassed when I talk about my balls. Meanwhile, she's allowed to say douche. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
She's allowed to do what she wants.
You ain't shitting there. She's allowed to do whatever. She is, I don't want to say the boss because we have a nice 50-50, but my brother said, hi, good. I see my brother out there watching, Robert Perini. I thank you, but I can't get your Facebook comment on. I don't know, for some reason, some of the Facebook comments do not come through, and it pisses me off.
I know, and my brother, without fail, calls 8:01 on the dot every single Tuesday. Not any other day of the week. Tuesday night. I'm like, dude, and I'm their neighbor. You're my neighbor. Like you think you would know.
Jay, we thank you for watching.
No one watches.
We do get plenty of views, and we appreciate it. A lot of people were out earlier for Nikki, and goddamn super cool. I was going to use this last week. I missed this, but I say this. So Christina Ricci, who's had a lot to say about the whole Wednesday Addams thing, and a lot of people wish she would have been back. She actually said that Jenna Ortega is incredible in the new role of Wednesday Addams in the new Addams show. Are you familiar with it? I haven't really seen it. I looked a little bit at the pictures. She does look really great as Wednesday Addams. To me, Christina Ricci was the legend of Wednesday Addams. What's your take?
She looks great. I've just seen past movies that she's done, and I'm not a big fan. I hope that the show will be good. Hopefully it will change my mind. Netflix usually does a good job. Sometimes I get sucked into Netflix and then it ends up being a Lifetime movie, and I'm like, this is a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, right?
But I love Christina Ricci. I will take her word for it, as we should. And yes, I'm definitely going to watch. I'm here for it. I love Addams Family, if you can't tell.
I adore Christina Ricci. I have messaged her, or her people. You don't really get her, like 15 times get her on the show. Yeah. I didn't even get it. I mean, just give me a fuck you or something. Help me out here, Christina Ricci people. I adore her.
Even a no, I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, no's cool. I got, I think I've mentioned this before, the best turn down. I got 2 great turn downs. And you're like, how good is a turn down?
All right, and then I'll say my good turn downs.
Okay, so the first turn down, I think I told you, and you would have blown your mind if I scored this. Henry Cavill. I know, you're man, you're dude. I reached out and I said, look, my co-host is a huge DC fan, a massive Henry fan. We love Superman and we'd love to have him on the program. Thought like, all right, this is a shot in the dark. I get this brilliantly written letter that says, Dear Jeff and the Yo Show, first of all, congratulations on your program and we wish you luck and success. Henry is extremely busy. It's very tough for him to do press. He doesn't do a lot of interviews. Maybe in the future come back to us and we'll try. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Wow. Like, wow. Angela in the house, yo, indeed.
Hey.
And the second one was Scarlett.
Told me that. I would have.
I swear I told you that. Henry Cavill.
No.
Second one was from Scarlett Johansson's people. Again, I know it's very tough. And I reached out and I said, look, I absolutely love Scarlett. We love Marvel movies and her character and all that. We just went on and on and on. And they said, Scarlett will greatly appreciate the invitation. We will have to decline, unfortunately, because her schedule is packed with media and press and movies. We wish you luck on your show, etc., etc. And I'm like, just that is nice. Like, and it happens. And I got 3. You beautiful people are great. I got 3. The third one wasn't really a turn down. It was a open-ended, maybe in the future, what can we do to make it up, was Beth Gibbons. I was so shocked to even hear something. I tried so hard. And to get that response, like, I'm so late in seeing this, and Beth appreciates it. She really doesn't do interviews at all. And is there anything we can do? And I came back, I'm like, how about just like an autograph to my girl Jewel from Beth Gibbons? And I haven't heard from him since.
Wow. I never heard. I knew about Beth, and I was floored. But Henry, you never told me that.
I swear I told. Dude, I tried so.
I would have just turned into a pile of ash and then fluttered away. I don't. I got a no from Lana's people, which was a very nice no. It was like, Lana's on tour, and it's difficult, but we appreciate it. I was like, oh my god. Did she see this email? Maybe? No? Okay.
Maybe.
I'm not sure the other ones. I know there was a few close calls that I wish would have came to be. One was Jordan Ladd. She's in so many horror movies. I love that girl.
Love
She's my
Jordan
favorite.
Ladd. Oh my god.
She's in Death Proof. I was going to talk to her about Death Proof and Kurt Russell and Tarantino and all that, but yeah, she was a big one. I was kind of sad about, but I mean, for all the no's, it's so worth it when we get a yes, So
it really is. And like I said, your beautiful people were terrific tonight, and tonight was a terrific yes. I go down a couple of my favorite yeses. Again, like I said, tonight, Nikki Stringfield's yes blew my mind. Erica Leniak blew my mind. Nancy Valen, like ones like that. I still think the greatest yes, and I'll tell the story again, was I reached out to this person, and this is back early on in my days of this, and the phone rings. I'm leaving work, my phone rings, it says California. Okay, so I answer it, and I'm like, hello, and he's like, hello, Jeffrey. And I'm like, yeah, what do you want, bud? And he's like, this is Javier. I'm like, yeah, Javier, what can I do for you? He's like, oh, I represent Steve Howie, and you would send us an email about having Steve Howie on your program. So I snap in, and I'm like, hold on 1 second, let me get Mr. Perini for you. And I wait a second, I'm like, good afternoon, this is Jeff Perini, and like, and there was like Steve Howie, like, wowie. Oh, thank you. I know the pool thing is so loud. It was loud on the 200th, although I loved you for doing it that way, but it just sounded like we had a great crowd. It sounded like everybody was watching the 200th episode at pool that night. That's how stoked everybody was getting. But, yeah, the yeses are amazing, and no matter who it's from, anytime somebody says yes, it's awesome. And the people that say no, like, you take a shot at it. The worst they could tell you is no. I've been told no by some really great people. I got laughed at by somebody. There's a model, Kindly Myers, and she's a very popular model, and I reached out to her people, and I'm like, I would love to have Kindly on the show, and the guy, her PR man responds, laugh out loud, yeah, this is absolutely something that has no interest to her whatsoever. Okay, thanks, dude. I'm sure you didn't even ask. You just figured,
come on.
I know that
it was. To say no. You don't have to be disrespectful.
It was so rotten, and I'm like, and now you see her on Instagram, like dancing around half naked. I mean, yeah, she can't be on our show. Okay.
On OnlyFans.
A few were. Well, we appreciate a few. We love you too. Thank you.
The one mean one I got, I will say. I hate to even do this because I love these people, but. It was Dina from the Jersey Shore. Her manager was so mean. He
Really?
was like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, okay.
I know, like, Who wouldn't want to watch a guy sit in front of a bunch of Funko Pops? We're good. We're good at what we do, damn it.
I think
Dina.
so.
We don't
Have
need
fun.
her. We don't need her.
She's a party
Who-
in glass.
Yeah, she's a party in my ass. Oh, sorry.
That is
But-
coming back for the 20th season this week. Do you believe
I
it?
could
And now there's
absolutely
New
not
Jersey.
care.
Well, it's like it's Georgia. It's like Georgia-ish.
Yeah, what is that? Like, Georgia? She's
I don't know.
simulating mommy.
They keep making fetch happen. Stop making.
Yeah, stop it.
Stop it. I'm going to show a quick man cave score because I landed a great one the other day. And I know how we do the... oh, actually, I got to show a couple. Did I not bring the other ones downstairs? I suck at this.
Okay.
So my neighbors went and for Daddy Dog Father's Day went and got me 2 awesome Funko Pops. I put them over there. Damn it. There's a Thor and Spider-Man, the gingerbread ones. So thank you to Kate. Very awesome. And I got this one the other day. Another one of the die-cast metal series Funko Pops. This is die-cast Darth Vader. Look how superly cool that is. Extremely
wow.
heavy. Yeah, very cool. I love the die-cast. They're very heavy. And they come in this awesome like plexiglass box, which is very cool. I do Man Cave Scores remind you all that coming soon, there's already a little Facebook page for us that we're going to be, where did I do it? I lost it. Oh, there it is. We're going to be going soon on Whatnot app and Funko auctions. It'll be Count Popula on Whatnot. We have a Facebook page, Pro Collectibles. Make sure you check us out. Getting into the Funko business, some cards, some toys, etc. And as you know, we have great Funko Pops all around. We celebrate them. We love them. And we're going to be auctioning them off very soon. To be seeing me doing that. And speaking of some great Funko Pop people, coming very soon. Coming very soon. Joel's gone silent. Hello. You with me? You can't hear me, can you? She cannot hear me. Oh, we lost her altogether. She's going to probably try going out and coming back in, I believe. But anyway, yeah, that was Man Cave Score. I didn't have many this week. A big thanks again to my neighbor Kate. Of course, we showed Killer's Eddie, because we had Nikki Stringfield on tonight from the Iron Maidens. That's Iron Maiden, Killer Eddie, very cool. Darth Vader, a lot of great stuff. We got some great stuff coming up on the program while Jewel is in the Thought Zone. She's actually out of that, and she's trying to come back in here, but I still don't see her face. Remove it. Well, remove that. Add that. Still spinning. All right. Jewel's still spinning. Let's, there you are. You're back. Can you hear me? She can't hear me, but she is back on. Thank you. I like the Darth, too. It's the die cast. They're heavier. They're metal ones, and they come in that real neat protective case and super rust. They cost a little more. I won't say how much because, you know, my wife hates my Funko Pops as it is. Jewel, how we doing over there?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Am I with you?
I can hear
Yes.
you. And you can, all right, you're with us.
Okay.
Again. The show just definitely takes a dip when you disappear. It's like just me.
I know. Sorry. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. Very weird. You've been doing good all night. Let's tell the people out there what we got coming up, because we got a lot of great stuff coming up on the show. This is kind of an old trip, but I keep using it. Next week, June 28th, a lovely artist brought to us from Impact, Jasmine Jordan, great singer, will be on the program next week on the 28th, same time. July 5th, another terrific singer, Emily Blackbird, will be our very special guest. July 12th, also from Impact, Chris Northern. We have more. There's a lot more. July 19th, the awesome duo of the B.A. Sisters, another great rock band. We can't wait. They're super cool. Can't wait to talk to them. July 26th, Joel, this one is huge. My wife saw these guys down in Philly at the Philly Winery a couple weeks back. That's the guys there. It is the band Whole Damn Mess. Currently on tour. Super great bunch of guys. Really cool. Great band. Talked to the PR people and they said, yeah, we'd love to do it. Let's get it together. It's coming on July 26th. August 2nd, we welcome back one of our favorite Philly bands. It's a great bunch of dudes, super cool. It's the one and only Bees return to the program. One that Jewel found for us. The guys from Bees will be back August 2nd. We got some gaps to fill, but we will remind you again, September 6th, as we said earlier, Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. And from the Sharon Leah band, Sharon Leah will be our very special guest September 6th to talk about Ladies Who Rock for a Cause and to fill us in on what's going on with her and what's new, etc. So we're definitely excited for that. Don't forget, Ladies Rock for a Cause is October 8th, and you can get tickets at ladieswhorockforaCause.networkforgood.com. I'll flash that lineup one more time for you as well. Coming to Constarters right here in Northeast Philly. It is the Sharon Leah Band, Taylor Dane, Tiffany, Jennifer Page, and Kick It Out, a Heart tribute band, plus other great stuff. That's what's coming up on the O Show. Jewel Moments Out of Breath. Hit me with something.
That's a lot. I'm so excited. We have a summer jam-packed, and you have stuff in the works.
We always have stuff in the works. We like to keep going. And, like I said, I bring the Wednesday night thing here for a couple of reasons. Number one, because I just love doing this, and I can't get enough. Number two, there's a lot of people that come out who, like I said, like CJ Vecchio just popped up on Facebook and said, yo, I want to promote this movie. Give me some shows to come on. I'm like, dude, how about us? He said yes. He had a great group of fans that came out, and another lovely filmmaker, and Amy Crabtree. We shared some talk with her, and she wants to come on in the future, so we'll bring her in. And, of course, like the whole horror scene, like the likes of Lydia Manson, all them great people like that. So Wednesday nights we're doing stuff too, and Tuesdays we're doing it here with me and Jewel, and it's just so much, but I love it. I can't get enough of it. Oh, this is something I forgot to share last week. You weren't here. I saved this just for you. Ryan Gosling is going to be playing Ken in the Ken and Barbie movie.
Oh my god. Yeah, Ken's grandfather.
Right? That looks kind of ridiculous. He does. He looks like that creepy old man trying to be hip and young.
He does. Like, why? I don't know.
What is that? He does. It's kind of creepy.
Even Margot Robbie, I don't know. Like, Barbie is
I
a
do love.
teenager, you know?
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me. But
Right?
it better be funny. Like, I thought of this when Elf came out. I'm like, this looks so stupid. And then I watched Elf, and you're like, oh, this is hilarious. So
that's
it better
great.
be very, very funny, at least. If
That
they're
Elf-
not trying to be like a serious Barbie movie.
Is there such a thing?
I hope.
I'm going to tell you, I started the night drinking this beer, watercolors, and it was delicious. But at the end, it's got a lot of slushy at the bottom because it's like a sour. So there's a lot of slushy sitting at the bottom.
What color is that?
What color?
Yeah.
It's like
Does
a
it have a color? Is it clear?
pinkish.
I know
It's
the
like,
can.
oh, the beer?
Actual-
Oh, it's like a pinkish color. Kind of see from my lip marks. Delicious.
It's gonna have like purple teeth.
Purple teeth. Purple teeth.
Yeah, like Ken in Toy Story was funny. Like that kind of fun. Who was that? I think it was George Clooney, right?
What's that?
That, I mean, and when the straight guy plays it funny, it works. Like Brad Pitt or George Clooney, you know, when they're in a comedy, I enjoy that. And you know what Ryan Gosling was funny in? Did you ever see The Nice Guys?
No.
That was a good
No,
one.
I didn't.
I
I thought
actually
you were
enjoyed
going to say the movie he was in with Steve Carell. What the hell is the name of that movie?
it. No, love something. It was stupid.
That was a great movie. Are you kidding me?
It was not a good movie. Watch The Nice Guys. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
It's actually funny. Oh, did you see this new Lady Gaga, Joaquin Phoenix Joker musical?
Yes. What in the world? Crazy Stupid Love. Thank you. But yeah. What is this? Like this does nothing for me. I don't understand.
I love Lady Gaga. This does nothing for me. I mean, what is happening? She, Margot Robbie was the perfect Harley Quinn. I will give her that. But having a Batman musical after you just came out with two good Batman movies, like, what are you doing?
Right.
Three in a row, I would say. Four?
Now this toilet.
Let's go four, because it was the Batman, it was the Joker. I'm including that. Even Suicide Squad was good for what it was. It's a little much
Eh,
too much Will Smith, but I don't know. And then The Dark Knight. There was something in between.
I don't know. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is just like that's like male fantasy, like to a T. Psycho chick, looking hot. Yeah, it's
I even like the Harley Quinn movie. I thought that was a lot of people hated on it, but
Birds of Prey. I think. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty damn good. It's just like how she would act. I feel like I played enough Arkham Asylum and everything to know how she would act. I like when it looks like the video game. Like that's why I enjoyed the Batman so much. I'm like, wow, the fighting is really cool. That's why I like the Justice League, because how they fight is kind of like Injustice, where they all battle each other.
Yeah, it is a little different from the Avengers and Marvel movies. Their fighting is a lot more like CGI, where DC's a little more looks a little more like human fighting interaction. I get that; it makes sense.
Because DC, well, like Batman is supposed to be human, so he ages and he gets old. So you
Right.
have to see the progression of him getting hurt, while Wonder Woman and Superman are alien, god, demigod. They can't be hurt. So you need them to be a little CGI while the human is getting shit kicked out of them.
I like that. I can agree with that. Last week I forgot on I did a little. I don't carry a lot of Yo-Show stuff to 2.0, but I did this last week, and Angela found out as funny as you. I played one of our great tracks. One of our great tracks here.
Like I'm
This is the one. This was the Man Cave Score theme song, and she's just like, "What the hell's happening?" I'm like, "Oh, background music, eh?" I love it.
yeah.
Our great
Don't get
friends.
muted for this.
Our great friends is it's the Yo-Show the musical.
Jess Paul had the best backing tracks. We have to ask her how that's.
I agree. Ours are Thor: Love and Thunder does look good. I have to check that out. And I like Natalie Portman.
Sometimes.
The Canon Toy Story. Sometimes.
Did you see Spiderhead on Netflix?
No.
It's Thor. It's Chris Hemsworth, and what's his name? Miles Teller,
Okay.
Top Gun, and it's like a big long Black Mirror episode. It's about testing on humans, and Thor's kind of like the sketchy main guy. It's pretty good. It's funny.
I'll check
Well,
it out.
I mean, it has funny parts. Just seeing him being, someone who's not a superhero is funny.
I need to watch Funny because right now my wife is watching. It's called Two Deep Graves. Have you
What's
heard
that?
of this?
No.
It's a true story about a family in Mexico that was murdered, and they have a few suspects. They have a guy on trial that was his business partner, and they, basically these people are like beaten to death and then buried in the desert.
Oh, man.
It's pretty gruesome. It's good though. I think it's called Two Deep Graves on Netflix. If you get a chance to
It's
watch
on
it,
Netflix?
it's gripping because they have like the real life trial and all, and you start to see it. And I got into it for a while, but sometimes I fall asleep, I get tired, but she like gets glued to things, and it's really good. Yeah, I recommend if you get a chance to watch it.
I just watched Web of Make Believe on Netflix, and that's true crime, internet crime, and gamers and conspiracy theories. That's it's all true story, so it's very good. That's on Netflix. And Father's Day, I was with my sisters, and for the first time in months, I was with both of my sisters, and we're like, we have to watch The Northman because we love Alexander Skarsgård, the new Viking movie. It's out.
Right. Okay.
So we were all excited, and we sat down with our popcorn, and that was awful. It's the worst movie It was so all over the place.
Wow.
Not how I expected. With Ethan Hawke and Nicole Kidman and this like all-star cast, you think it would be Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know. I give it a
Wow.
very low score. Yep.
Next for me has got to be Obi-Wan. I can't believe everybody's like, you haven't watched Obi-Wan yet? I haven't. And
Heard
I'm
it's
really
good.
surprised myself. I heard it's very good. So that'll probably be next for me. I don't get into a lot of shows that I'll watch because, I've done everything Star Wars my entire life, so I'll get into that. But other than
Did you
that,
watch
there's
The
not a lot.
Mandalorian? I think you have to watch The Mandalorian first.
I did? Okay, because I have not watched The Mandalorian either. I'll have
Think
to get into
so.
that.
Gotta get on it.
Better get on it. Let's get to our loves, likes, emojis. We always love when people send us a little love. Juan Penalilo, that's a tough one to say, but thank you for the thumbs up. Robert Wardancer, who popped on. David Biddle, Rocco Sanchez, Isaac Catalan, thank you very much. And some hearts from Archie Krause, Meralda Miri Sanchez, who did a great job dropping those links for to find Nikki's self. Thank you for that. It was awesome.
Yes, great job.
Yeah, that was terrific. David Forshee, Del Nickel, who had a lot of great things to say about our interview. Thank you. Wes Everett, and heart from Jeff Perini. How about that? That's me. So we thank people that we thank people, and we love it when you watch, when you give us a little emoji thing. We love it when you comment. Again, my brother still keeps trying to comment. I see it on the Facebook from my phone, but I can't see it here. It's not popping up. But just a great night. A massive thanks to Nikki Stringfield, who, I mean, yeah, I love her musically, but now I love her as a person because she's so cool and so real and down to earth. Find more of Nikki Stringfield. Instagram at Nikki_Stringfield. The website is www.nikki/Stringfield.com. Facebook at Nikki Stringfield. It's got a big fan page, a lot of people. www.theironmaidens.com. Nikki Stringfield on YouTube. The new album is live in the living room. It's out pretty much now. It's coming out now. Get your advance copy. Get an autograph copy. Why not get two? So you have one autograph that you save and one that you play. And our maidens are heading out on tour. Nikki's going out on tour. There's just so many great things. They're all over the place. Her music is phenomenal. I'm a huge fan. Joe, I've been listening to it all week. Break it down. What did you think, Nikki, tonight?
Oh my God, she was incredible. Just as we knew she would be, and it was just a great show, great time, great night. Go listen to the music. Get the album. June 26th, streaming everywhere.
Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, which is my go-to. Apple Music, my big go-to. It's where I find all my stuff. I get these great bands on. I load their music. And it's in my car, and I hear it on the car. And the other day was Rachel Green, and it was Molly Rhythm, and then it's Moonroof, and just all these bands that come on our show with their awesome music pop up on my music list, and you drive around and you just get to enjoy it that much more, and a lot more to come. We're working on projects. We're trying new things. People keep telling us to perform live and in person. We'd like to do that. Of course, that's something very big on our list. I'm watching us from a giant TV. Drew, I'm going to tell you, no disrespect. You're my sister and all, and we get along great. You look amazing on the big screen. You're like meant to be an actress on the TV. You got like a perfect glow on you this evening.
Oh no.
You do. You actually do.
It's just sweat because I was nervous.
So I did mention to CJ Vecchio that if he had, because he's talking about like working parts of his movie where like he'll use people. I said if you need like a newscast, like get a newscast crew, me, you, Ange would be like the newscast that get murdered by the evil three in that movie.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. I would love to be murdered.
Right? Yeah, that our man who didn't make it tonight, Bear Reigns, keeps asking Lydia Manson for that murder. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to you first, Bear.
I know, exactly. That's it, Joel. I'm not going to run too much past 10 o'clock. So I know how Jules' bladder gets around 10 o'clock. And
Wow.
we'll let her scoot out to her thing. Again, Nikki Stringfield, a massive thank you. Next week, we're right back on the program. Same time, 8 o'clock. Our very special guest will be singer Jasmine Jordan right here on the program. No 2.0 tomorrow night. Jeff has 40 work seminars to get through tomorrow, online tests and all for work. So he'll be doing that. Work first. No 2.0 this week. We'll get back to you next week. We'll be back on the Go Show Tuesday night. Joel, thank you again. Incredible show. Great having you back. Great to know things are going a little bit better. And we wish everybody the best, including Jewel and your family. Lots of love here always. We're going to load up some St. Ricketts. Where fire cannot burn, www.stricketts.com. It is our entrance. It is also our exit. And it's so much an exit, I just blocked this out totally to put it on the screen. I've lost control of it altogether. There we are. Okay, so let's finish loading it up. We'll go big. First, let's put the music back at the beginning. Let's make sure the volume is all the way up. Let's make sure the screen is perfectly fit. We'll go back to there, see me and Jewel on the side. Okay, that's it for the O Show. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Again, like, subscribe, follow YouTube, the O Show, Twitch, the O Show, Facebook, the Stoop Radio Network, myself, Jewel. Find us, love us, Tuesday nights. Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye. Let's get some St. Ricketts. Bye. What fire cannot burn.
Point of it just to reach new heights.